What's up, guys? You're supposed to be back on another video, and today we are counting down the top 10 best Pokemon of all time. Before you go down to the comments to freaking complain, I will warn you, these are not the top 10 fan favorites. They're not the top 10 strongest. They're my top 10 favorite, okay? In my last video, I mentioned something about favorite Pokemon. I thought I would make a video elaborating on what my favorite Pokemon might actually be. Nonetheless, this video is still difficult to make. There are over 900 Pokemon, and a lot of them are very cool. You could say I really had to reach deep down and open up my urethra and look deep within my cockra to think and develop what Pokemon is my favorite. And you might be able to tell from my voice, but I'm sick. So throughout this video, I do have something of a sick, nasally voice. Without further ado, let's get straight into the list. Arumaka, I think is how you say it, is a little fireball creature, very small and round and big curly eyebrows, almost Oompa Loompa like, but fiery. I like this one. It's good looking. I like the design of it. You know, it hops around and it's a little fireball guy. There's the regional version of it where it's like the opposite and it's like a little snowball fella, right? And I like that as well. I like the overall design of this one. It's a classic, even though it came around later in the series, Generation 5. I mean, I'm only going off of design here, so I really don't know what else to say. Well, I mean, I'm not going off just design, I mean, but, you know, it's a little fireball, dude. He's like a little, like, monkey, I guess. He's like an ape of sorts. And I mean, do I really have to explain myself? It's my fucking list. Fuck you. Who doesn't love a big, cuddly teddy bear? But when it comes to this teddy bear, you better beware, because this teddy bear is awfully deadly. The thing about the beware teddy bear in Pokemon is that it's big and dangerous. It's a teddy bear, yes, don't be fooled, because it will hurt you badly. It might look cuddly, but actually it's very strong, and it will kill you, literally. It's a big bear that is very strong, and I mean, really, it's, what makes it so unique is that, you know, it's cute looking almost, because it's a teddy bear, and it's pink, but it's so big and strong. I really like this one. It's a good one. It's a good Pokemon that I put on my list, and yeah. So we have this little apple-looking Pokemon, and, well, I mean, he's not really an apple. He's actually more like a crocodile, but he's red, and he's shaped like an apple, and he's got these little things coming out of his head that glow, but they look like the stem of an apple, and it makes him look like an apple creature, but really he's more like a crocodile. He's like a fire crocodile. He's got flames, and he's got fire powers. He's kind of almost like a candle, because like his little apple stem is like it lights up and it gets all hot, right? I like this guy because he's a little crocodile that is hot, not sexually, just temperature-wise. I like the design of him, and I think, you know, he's, pretty good, and, what he evolves into, you know, that's a different story. That Pokemon looks like shit, I will admit. Oh my god, am I a rapper? That was fucking awesome. But that's besides the point, right? So, yes. How do you pronounce this Pokemon's name? I always thought it was Fuecoco, like Fuego, but Fuecoco. That's how I always thought it was. But now that I think about it with my Chrome Dome, I don't think I've ever heard someone else say this name before. So, guys, tell me down in the comment below if I said it right. Stinky little Pokemon. Muck is a Pokemon from the sewers made out of sludge from the factories and whatnot in the cities, right? So Muck is, pretty epic, and he's just sludge, and he's got a face, and he's real grimy, like Grimer almost, like the Grimer, like the first Pokemon he comes from, Grimer. There's like another regional version of Muck where he's like a rainbow, and that's pretty cool. But Muck, yeah, I like him because he's very basic, very simple, and I like how he's just all like gooey and whatnot. I remember in the anime for Pokemon, right? They were talking about how like smelly he is and whatever, and like how like he's so stinky. So I mean that's not ideal. But luckily I live in the real world in that Pokemon land, so I don't have to smell him because I like the way he looks. And I don't like how sewers smell, right? Not to say I've been in a sewer before, but I think it's pretty cool that he's a Pokemon, so. And number 6, we got this little, like, penguin dude for real. He's really small and very hairy because it's cold, and he has, like, fur to prevent him from getting cold from the cold, right? And you might think, I might be a little boring for liking Piplup so much because, he's kind of a popular one. But I am a fan of Piplup. I like him. He's small and he's a penguin. A penguin is a top tier animal, and Piplup is a top tier Pokemon. They say that he doesn't know how to walk very well, so he's not very practical. His feet are so small and whatnot. I think that's something that they say in, like, the anime or something. I mean, he's a penguin, ice type, I think, I would imagine. I don't know a lot about Pokemon. I'm not gonna lie to you. I know some of the here's and there's. I know a lot of the Pokemon names and what they look like. But, whole lot of games. I haven't played that many of them. I've played, like, Leaf Green. I've played Let's Go. I've played Pokemon Go. I'm not the biggest Pokemon expert, but I do like these little pocket monsters, right? So I see Piplup, it doesn't take a lot to make me happy when it comes to a Pokemon. Just make it small and look cool. And, I mean, that's really all there is to it. I did like the transform on the shadow, right? Ditto is something of the Pokemon of all Pokemon because he transforms and shapeshifts into whatever Pokemon is in front of him. But there's a stigma that is not true about him, and it's that his face stays the same when he transforms. That's not true. That's only in the anime, because that Ditto didn't know how to transform completely. That's not how Dittos actually work. They completely transform and shapeshift. I seen the episode. It was that one specific Ditto that did that. Not all of them, guys. Anyway, pretty cool concept for a Pokemon. I like it. They redid it with that Pokemon called, like, Zorora or whatever the hell it's called. That Pokemon's bullshit. Ditto's awesome. Looks like a piece of chewing gum. Some people think that he's like failed Mewtwo or something because he's like pink and like DNA or whatever the hell. This one's cool. I remember in Pokemon Go, to get him, he would either be like a Rattata or a Pidgey, and after you caught him, it'd be like, oh? And then it would turn into a Ditto, and I thought that was cool. So yeah, pretty much Ditto. Very cool Pokemon. Very awesome, very sweet, very gentle, very delightful, very precious, very awesome. Do not go to a party with Drowsy because you will get roofied. Very perverted looking Pokemon, but then again, he's on my top 10 list, so what does that say about me? I'm a freak for real. I like the way he looks. He does like this weird little finger thing. Very kinky. He's psychic. He's in your freaking brain, dude. He can tell what you're thinking. Sometimes I wonder if Pokemon were real. Some Pokemon I feel like could be really dangerous. I feel like some Pokemon could really kill somebody. And then how do laws work with that? It's like, Does the Pokemon trainer get arrested? Does the Pokemon get put down? Would it even be legal to own a Pokemon that's that dangerous? And then I would imagine there's like bestiality laws with Pokemon, right? Asking for a friend. I'm pretty sure there's no bestiality law in West Virginia. Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. Anyway, Drowsy, pretty cool Pokemon. He's like a hog, I guess, like a psychic hog. He's got drip. He's like yellow with like, it almost looks like he's wearing pants, but that's just like his fur. I gotta start watching some of the shit I say in these videos, dude. Licky, licky, lick me up! This guy, he's an eater. He likes to eat a lot, and he has a really long tongue. Pretty much, he's really long tongue, and he just licks a lot of things. He does a lot of eating. Big and round, big beer belly, just like me. I really resonate with this guy because, let's just say I don't have a long tongue. I'm actually just fat AF. But pretty much this Pokemon, I really like him. I really think he's cool. God knew I'd be too powerful if my tongue was that long. No homo. But I like this guy. I like the patterns on him. I like the little thing on his head. I like his, you know, he's always smiling. He's a happy fella. And, you know, peace, love on this earth for real. And Politoed is a little singing Pokemon. He's a little Pokemon that sings. Oh, the single ladies, oh, the single ladies. He's like a frog, right? Or maybe a Politoed. And, you know, he stands on 2 feet like a little person human. He's got one singular long hair on top of his head. He's very happy. And you know, I like my happy Pokemon. I like when they're smiling and happy. Not to say it's bad when they're not happy. Do you think I'm invalidating the feelings of pocket monsters? Happy, bouncy, singular hair, toad, frog, Pokemon who sings. And I really just think that is awesome. And yeah. Not so fast. You know we can't get to the #1 spot until we cover some honorable mentions.
In the streets of Philly where niggas don't even get to turn old.
And in the #1 spot, we have Psyduck, Pokemon that looks like a duck, little, short, stubby, little fella. But he may look very not powerful, but the thing about Psyduck is that he always has a constant headache, and as that headache gets worse and worse and worse, the Psy in Psyduck stands for psychic, and he gets more powerful the worse his headache gets. So literally, he's actually freaking powerful. Psyduck can control things with his brain. He's got like telekinetic abilities and whatnot. And he uses that when he's being a Pokemon and fighting and battling and stuff. But it just gets a lot stronger as like his headache is bad and whatever. So pretty much all in all, in the final stretch, my favorite Pokemon, the best Pokemon is Psyduck, because not only does he look cool, the concept of him is cool, and he has a headache, and he controls stuff with his mind, and pretty badass. Well guys, let me know how you think about my top 10 Pokemon list. I know I mentioned Psyduck in the other video, so you might have got that spoiled for you, but let me know if you like Psyduck or if you think that there are Pokemon that are better than the ones on the list that belong on the list, and maybe
hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that comment button, ring that notification bell, share the video.
And I'll see you guys in the next video.
Slurpo said subscribe or else.